This lesson is on functions. At the end of this lesson, you will know what a function is, learn about the key different types of functions, and also you will be able to perform calculations using functions. These are some of the prior knowledge I recommended for you to know before you start this lesson so that it will help you understand the lesson much better. So what graphs look like of each functions or equations, substitution and function machines. Now, what is a function? Functions use inputs that follow some combination of operations to produce outputs. So let's have a look at some function machines. Now, we have two operations here. We are multiplying it by 2 and adding 5. So let's go ahead and input a number. So let's input 5. 5 times 2 is 10. 10 plus 5 is 15. So our input is 5 and output is 15. Let's input 8. 8 times 2 is 16. 16 plus 5 is 21. Let's go ahead and input a negative number. Minus 7 times by 2 is minus 14. 4 minus 14 plus 5 is minus 9. Now functions can also be in the form of algebra. So let's go ahead and have a look at an algebraic function. So we have two operations here, times 2 and add 5 as well. So let's go ahead and input x. So x times 2 is 2x. And 2x plus 5 is 2x plus 5. So our input is x and output is y equals 2x plus 5. Now if you plot this function on a graph, y equals 2x plus 5, we'll have a straight line. And it's a linear function. Now quadratic functions come in this form. For example, y equals x squared plus 2x plus 5. They always have a square on it. Cubic graph, y equals x cubed minus 2x squared plus 5x minus 6. That's an example of a cubic graph. Reciprocal graph, for example, can be y equals 1 over x, and exponential graph can be in the form of y equals 3 to the power x, or 2 to the power x, or 4 to the power x. And circular graph, for example, can be in the form of x squared plus y squared equals 25. Now let's go ahead and match functions with graphs. Now you have 5 graphs here, and at the bottom right you have the functions. Pause the video and have a quick go at matching the functions with the graph, and I'll give you the answer in a moment. Okay, I hope you had a go at these matching activity with functions with graph. So A is exponential, B is circular, you can never go wrong with that one, you can see the circle. C is reciprocal, D is quadratic, so it's the shape of a U or upside down as well, and E is a cubic graph. Now the function's notation. Now rather than writing y equals in function notation, we usually use f of x, but doesn't have to be f. You'll also see other letters, for example G, H, or any other letters as well you could possibly have in functions. Okay, now read as f of x. Some people say function of x, but f of x is much easier to say. For example, y equals 2x plus 3 would be written as f of x is equal to 2x plus 3. And that's an example of function. Think of it as the output for a given value of x. So we've seen examples of function machines, but here we're writing in terms of f of x is equal to 2x plus 3. So let's have a look at some examples. So we have f of x equals 3x minus 7. What is the value of f of 5? Now here you simply substitute the value 5 into the function 3x minus 7. So we have f of x as 3x minus 7. So f of 5 is going to be 3 times 5 minus 7. So basically you are substituting the 5 in x, in the place of x. So let's go ahead and multiply and subtract 7. So 3 times 5 is 15 minus 7. 15 minus 7 is 8. And that's our answer. Let's do question B. F of minus 4. So f of minus 4. We have f of x as 3x minus 7. So let's go ahead and write our function of x, f of x. Now let's substitute for f of minus 4 is going to be 3 times minus 4 minus 7. 3 times minus 4 is minus 12, minus 7 is minus 19. And that's our answer. Now I always recommend using brackets when you're multiplying, because when it comes to negatives it helps us to separate them. Next one, f of 10 add 2. So you can see f of 10 and then we're adding 2. So let's go ahead and find f of 10 first, and we're going to add 2 to our answer. So f of x is 3x minus 7. So let's find out what f of 10 is. So we're going to do this part first, f of 10. So 3 times 10 minus 7. So 30 minus 7, which is 23. Now we've got a plus 2 there, so we're going to add 2 to our function. So f of 10 plus 2 is equal to, we've got 23 as f of 10. We're going to add 2 to it, and that gives us an answer of 25. 2 of f of 3. Now you could probably kind of guessed it now. We find f of 3 and then multiply the answer by 2. So let's go ahead and find f of 3 first. So f of x is 3x minus 7. So f of 3 is going to be 3 times 3 minus 7, which is 9 minus 7 equals to 2. Now 2 of f of 3 is going to be, so we know, got multiplied by 2, and f of 3 is 2. So 2 times 2 is 4. And that's our answer. I strongly suggest you pause the video and make a note of these examples. And the next part I will give you some example questions to try. And have a quick go at these 4 questions, and I'll give you the answer in a moment. Okay, I hope you had a go at these questions. Now we have 3 functions here, f of x, g of x, and h of x. And because we have f of 7, we're going to substitute f of 7 on f of x. So we know f of x is 2x minus 1. So f of 7 is going to be 2 times 7 minus 1, which is 14 minus 1, which is 13. And that's the answer. Now these are very popular GCSE Maths questions, so I recommend you make a note, have a good practice at them. G of minus 3. So we have g of x is equal to 3 brackets 2x minus 1. So g of minus 3 is going to be, all we do is substitute x for minus 3. So 3 brackets 2 times minus 3 minus 1. Got 2 sets of brackets going on there, so make sure you close them. So 3 brackets 2 times minus 3 is minus 6, then minus 1. And 3 times minus 6 minus 1 is minus 7. 3 times minus 7 is minus 21. And that's the answer. G of 2 minus 9. So you probably kind of guessed now. We have to find g of 2 first. So g of x is 3 brackets 2x minus 1. We're going to find g of 2 first, and then we are going to subtract 9 from the answer. So 2 brackets 2, so 2 times 2 minus 1. That gives us 3. 2 times 2 is 4 minus 1, and then 3 brackets 4 minus 1 is 3. So 3 times 3, which gives us an answer of 9. Now we're going to subtract 9 from g of 2. So g of 2 minus 9. So we know g of 2 is 9. We're going to subtract 9, and that gives us an answer of 0. 5 of h of minus 2 plus 2. So we need to use the h of x function. Okay, so first of all, we need to substitute h of minus 2. So if I substitute minus 2 into the x minus x squared, then times it by 5, and then add 2. So let's go ahead and find out h of minus 2 first. So we have x first, so minus 2, then minus 2 squared. Minus 2, now minus is still here. Now minus 2 squared is minus 2 times by minus 2, which gives us positive 4. So let's write down positive 4. Minus 2 and minus 4 gives us minus 6. Now we have 5 of h of minus 2. And then we're adding 2. Now we know h of minus 2 is minus 6. So we times this by 5. So 5 times minus 6. And finally we're adding 2. So 5 times minus 6 is minus 30. Add 2. And that gives us an answer of minus 30 add 2 is minus 28. And that's the answer. Okay, I hope this helps you understand. Now, finally, we're going to do some exam questions at the end. Now, these are very popular GCSE Maths questions. So make sure you thoroughly revise these. And the next video will be on composite functions. So make sure you subscribe for the next lesson. Now it's time for you to have a go at some exam style questions. So f of x is 2 over x squared. That means f of minus 5 is going to be, oops, let's get rid of that. So f of minus 5 is going to be 2 over minus 5 squared. Now minus 5 squared, we know it's minus 5 times by minus 5, which is plus 25. So it'll be 2 over 25. And that's our final answer, 2 over 25. Next, g of x is equal to x squared plus 2. So g of minus 4 is going to be minus 4 whole squared plus 2. Now minus 4 squared is minus 4 times by minus 4, which is 16. Plus 2, and 16 plus 2, which is 18. And the final answer is 18. I hope this video helps. And next video is going to be on composite functions. And make sure you subscribe. And if you like this video, please give it a like. And let me know in the comments what other topics would you like to see for the GCSE Maths revision. Mr. Mahmud, helping you do better in maths.